Alright, hi everyone, my name is Zhang, and for my final project, I will be going over gerrymandering and MAUP. Here's a picture of Elbridge Jerry, his name's in the title as we can see right there. So what is MAUP? It is Modifiable Areal Unit Problem, and a good definition of it is administrative boundaries, political districts, and census enumeration units are all subject to be redrawn. When data is gathered according to different boundary definitions, different datasets are likely to be generated. Analyzing these datasets will likely provide inconsistent results. This is the essence of MAUP, and this example was from class. Another definition is a statistical biasing effect when samples in a given area are used to represent information such as a density in a given area. So why do boundaries matter? They are used to aggregate and analyze data, and the way you interpret the data can widely change how it is understood. So there's issues surrounding MAUP. The two primary effects are scale, where different places are not all the same size, or zonal, where they have the same size, but they have different boundaries, like this one and this one. So the scale or aggregation effect, scale is the ratio of a single unit of distance on the map to the corresponding distance on the ground. So the issue involves results that change based on data that is analyzed at higher or lower levels of aggregation. So the changing number of units, for instance, evaluating data at the state level as compared to the census or international level, or not international, sorry, nationwide level. So zonal or grouping effect, its issue involves keeping the same scale of research, say at the state level, but changing the actual shape and size of those areas. And there's two types of zonal MAUP that are really popular, gerrymandering and political redistricting. So what is gerrymandering? It is the process of redrawing legislative boundaries in favor of one candidate or group over another group. And it leads to unfair advantages for certain groups, racial or partisan, and it results in really weird looking lines occasionally like this. It looks like a salamander, as in the name. So why is it important? It results in reapportionment, which is the process of redrawing legislative boundaries, and the House seats are allocated based on the district census population. So every 10 years they're redone to fit the district's populations, and it influences the amount of political representation they get. So there's methods of gerrymandering, including packing, which is when you group voters of one party into a single district so their votes have less power in the majority vote, or cracking when you separate voters into one party, or different districts so they cannot gain the majority vote in any district. Hijacking when you redraw district lines to include two or more incumbents from the same party, and incumbents are people that just have already been elected into office, so they're more likely to be re-elected. Or kidnapping, which is when you're drawing the district line around an incumbent's neighborhood to place it in a new district with the opposing party. So here's an example of packing where one party is all secluded into one district while this is cracking. So resolutions to gerrymandering could be computer-made districts, nonpartisan redistricting, citizen participationship, and new measures. And one example of that would be the efficiency gap, which is a way of quantifying this effect by counting the number of wasted votes for each party and identifying large imbalances towards either side. So here is a real-world example where the judge rules Michigan congressional districts are unconstitutionally gerrymandered, and this came out on April 25th, 2019. Essentially, a panel of 3 federal judges ruled on Thursday that 34 congressional and state legislative districts in Michigan are partisan gerrymanders, which is unconstitutional. So they've ordered the state lawmakers to redraw the maps in time for the 2020 election. And it has been stated that the Michigan is frequently a battleground state in statewide and national elections, divided about evenly between the two majority parties, though it is currently Republican dominated in the terms of legislature right now. Sorry. And then another example would be the Atlas of Redistricting that is created by this 538 website. So essentially, they have this map right here, and it shows the current congressional district boundaries. So we can see here Georgia is predominantly a red or Republican state. And so it goes into more details on how the seats are split up and all of that sort of thing. And then the rankings. They also include other maps of how it could look, such as partisan goals, which favor Republicans making this more red everywhere, like Georgia, even though it already is, or more Democratic, so more blue everywhere. And they also have other goals that could, like examples of what the map could look like, such as match partisan breakdown of seats to electorate, right here, promote highly competitive elections where it's more purple instead of swinging towards the blue or the red, or maximizing number of majority-minority districts, making district shapes compact using an algorithm, and making districts compact following county borders. So this one's less curvy than the other one, I suppose. All right. And these are just the other sources that I've used that weren't included in the slides already. Thank you for listening.